Hello again and welcome back to another one, and today we have a couple of topics to cover, from game reportedly getting exposed once again thanks to some spicy material that surfaced online a few hours ago. We have more from the Slaughterhouse fallout that's been revived thanks to a recent interview where Royce spoke about it, and now Crook has responded slamming the claims made by Royce in the interview, and this has sparked reactions accordingly. We also have more from Eminem that sparked speculations, thanks to Eminem's latest lyric video for Cinderella Man that sparked discussions on the possible release date of the next Eminem album, and we'll get to more on this in a bit. So first of all, in a recent interview, Royce and his manager talked about the Slaughterhouse fallout, where some bold claims were made about how Crook simply brought a bad deal, how he didn't want to rap one time, even how Crook wrote a couple of Joe Budden diss tracks and more.
There were times when Joe was ready to rap, and we couldn't get Crook to rap. They don't talk about that shit. Crook, he had his ways about him the whole time. He always had some issue with Joe that he wouldn't address. It was always in the air. I can't quite put my finger on what that was, but this nigga made Joe diss records. He done did all type. You know what I'm saying? People just didn't hear him. You know what I mean? But he did it. He did it. And there was a time where he was like, nah, I ain't rapping.
Some have reacted under the clip. Royce will clown for this, in quotes, that ain't your job to bring your offer to the table, then begins to contradict himself. And now King Cricket has hit back at the claims made in this interview. He went live on the IG to set things straight. Had to defend my business reputation real quick.
When you come through and you go on a big platform like the Breakfast Club and you say, you know, Crooked brought a bad deal to the table with somebody that we don't want to work with, and this somebody is somebody who you just work with and continue to reach out to work with, that's not facts. That's not keeping it 100. And to say that I've got to do bad business is just crazy to me. It's crazy to me. I don't bring bad deals to the table. I bring great deals to the table. You feel me? So that's why I'm here. I just want to make sure that I straighten that out, you know what I'm saying, and defend my business reputation, my business acumen. And I felt a hint of, you know, people being a little condescending because, you know, in the grand scheme of things, guys, I don't come from where they come from. They don't come from where I come from. You know what I'm saying? In the grand scheme of things, I come from the bottom, okay? I come from the bottom, all right? And sometimes people like me, who look like me, and come from where I come from, others who had a better life, so to speak, will talk down on them like as if they don't know what they're doing in the business space. And I'm here to tell you, I do great deals. I stand on that. I don't do bad deals. I have a great business reputation. I stand on that. I got great relationships in this industry that nobody can put a stain on. You're not gonna go onto the Breakfast Club and make anybody not fuck with Crook, because I got great reputation, I got great relationships, and I keep it 100 every single time. So that's a fail.
And on Twitter, he reiterated, "Oh, in case y'all missed my live, I have 0 unreleased Joe Budden diss records, 0. And in response to a user on Twitter, "Hey man, y'all said y'all piece and they said theirs. I think Crook and Joel is a better fit anyway. Shrugs emoji." Crook responds, "I know bro, but it was said on the Breakfast Club today that I have Joe diss records in the stash, and that's simply false." So from Crook's perspective on this, Royce was simply lying on a big platform, and on IG for instance we spot a familiar name in Crook's replies who states, "Bottom line is, Royce tried to use y'all to gain his wealth. Y'all were supposed to be starstruck. You learned from the best. You were smart to get out, pat yourself on the back." And Joel also reacted to Crook under, "Vibrate high, my brother, stay aligned. We blessed beyond measure, my friend. Let's keep having fun and making music." The story about the fall of Slaughterhouse is all over the place, but what do you guys think? Especially about Royce's claim that Crook wrote Joe Budden diss records. And moving on to the next point, a recent report reveals 50 Cent reference song for the game Higher surfaces online, and this gives more credence to 50's claims about his instrumental role in getting the game's career off the ground. As on the reference song, you can hear 50 lay down the foundation of what became Games Higher on the documentary.
It's not that I can't stop, it's that I won't stop. I make it high, I do it. It's not that I can't stop, it's that I won't stop. I make it high, I do it.
And the article quotes 50 Cent. They said, the kid can rap, but he's not a great songwriter. 50 said about meeting with Jimmy and Dre in LA when he was working on The Massacre. In quotes, when Jimmy called for me to do it, I was like, alright, cool, I'll fix it. And I gave it to Game. I only worked with him for about, I think, 4 days. This solidifies 50's almost 15-year-old claim that he wrote or helped write most of the hits on Game's breakthrough debut album, which Game has always denied. And in reaction to the reference song, some expanded. I believed 50 since day one. Those writing credits, hooks, production, and creative choices were obvious, but still those Game stands wouldn't believe it until they hear these demos. Not gonna lie, I hope they keep coming, cause I've been looking for these reference tracks for years. I remember 50 talking about releasing it as an EP. Unfortunately, that project never saw the light of day, and now some have concluded Game never told the truth about anything, and some completely missed the point. This might have mattered 17 years ago, but Game has proven time over that he can make great music without 50. He even has a debatable 3 albums better than Documentary. Is he a cornball? Yes, but the music's still fire, which got this response. Of course, Game can rap, but that's not the point of this convo though, lol. The point is, 50 was in line, and now you can spot comments like this on the Game's version of Higher. I just heard the 50 Cent version. Game is talented, but 50 made his career. Another one, dude bought this reference track from 50 Cent. Save your thoughts for the comment section. And before we head to the next point, it looks like the UK #1 spot for Eminem's current Call 2 album is nearly guaranteed, as it's been #1 on Amazon UK for a while now. And remember, CC2 and Renaissance were reportedly 16 units apart 2 days ago, down from nearly 100 before that. And later today, we will find out if it goes #1, which would be monumental for Eminem in the country, especially with a greatest hits album in this era of music. And moving on to the next point, the Cinderella Man lyric video has sparked new rounds of speculations, as the lyric video ends with the date that shows Friday 17th. And as expected, the fans wasted no time. At Eminem What's Happening, Friday, February 17th, 2023, the next Friday 17th falls on that date, and we all know Eminem's been working on a new album, perhaps since 2021. This is why Curtain Call 2 came as a surprise, since fans have been waiting for the new album. And in reaction, some believe Eminem will stick with the surprise strategy. Whatever it is, there will be no promo, you can guarantee that. Perhaps this user is referring to the cries on social media when the CC2 cover art and tracklist were revealed. Over on Reddit, some expanded. I'm not saying we get anything on this date, but I still don't get why they show this calendar throughout the whole second half of the video. Is it just because of the, in quotes, music is my time machine part of the hook? But what do you guys think? 2023 sounds about right for, in quotes, MMLP3. Over to you guys, share your thoughts below. Thanks for watching, like and subscribe if you enjoy content like this, and see you on the next one.